my name is Marta and my channel's name is Universal Power Tarot. And I'm so happy to have you here today. These messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hello, hi. It was so interesting. Today, first of all, today we're going to have a look into the question, why is this relationship so significant for you? Let me first state that does not exclusively go for romantic partners, although it can be. It can also be children, your mother, your father, caregivers, some other significant person in your life. And why are they in your life? What are the contracts? Is there a karmic contract going on? And what's what's the reason? Why are they there? Because that often can be super significant when we understand the higher point of view here and what is to be gained from such relationships. Okay, let's dive in. And before we do, actually, I need to mention that my candles really acted up. They were like all fizzy and kind of like this and spouting about. And I was like, what is happening? And it took me quite some time to light them again and to make them work again. I was like, wow. So this may already be denoting to your situation with that person. It required or may still be requiring a lot of work to kind of make it work. So we'll have a look into this. I also, before we hop into it, I want to mention that Tools for Trauma is finally out, and it's for those. So if you or a person that you know is suffering from panic attacks, anxiety, CPTSD, PTSD, high levels of stress, I highly recommend, and please share if you know of someone that suffers from any of these things, because it is so helpful. Okay, link is down below. Thank you. Let's hop in. Why is this relationship so significant for you? Why is this in your life? And we're working with the fairy tarot cards, so you may be connected to the fae. This one, yeah. Tree of Autumn. Follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do. Being compensated for your creative talents. Now this is interesting because I was immediately getting some form of jealousy, and I was immediately picking up on someone's sister here or mother, because I'm getting like female jealousy here with this card. That's very interesting. We may be talking about either real NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, or narcissistic tendencies here, or just someone who's really jealous because of the family dynamic. This is very interesting. This one, yeah. 8 of Autumn. Do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship, and long-term projects. Here, I'll show you this card. Again, I can't shake that mother energy at the moment. That may not continue like this. We'll see how we go. But this is denoting to family dynamics and how you define your own worth. And this is very interesting because we're immediately also getting a little bit of a part of why this relationship is here in your life. It's, first of all, I'm getting from some of you, I'm getting the childhood dynamic in your, like how you grew up, in terms of if you didn't do work, you were worthless. You weren't worth anything. So defining yourself through work, that must have been like a something that really defined you as a child and that you took then into adulthood here. And I'm really seeing a mother figure that was so zoned out, maybe disassociated herself, and really not in her body. It feels really strange because I can't really grasp her because she isn't there, if that makes any sense. It's super strange. And hence the daughter is like, but I'm trying to, or if you're a man, then the son's like, but I'm trying to make you love me. I'm trying to be accepted over here. What can I do? So that's where the overachiever and the perfectionism might have come into your life. It's very strong, but very intentional also, because I am a firm believer that we pick our parents, we pick our, very significant relationships that we have in our lives for the reason of learning. So there's definitely a learning lesson in that. Your now is the 3 of Autumn. So you may have been stuck in a job, and this could be very specific, that isn't really fulfilling your needs, that has a similar dynamic that you grew up with, where the person is worth nothing. However, and is maybe treated really badly. What counts are the results, but there's no culture of I see you as a person. It's being used as a resource, which is a horrible, horrible thing. And I hope this comes to an end soon, because this isn't just, this isn't right. We're all people, we're no robots, and we're like, a human life is worth something, okay? And you may be on that path of rediscovering that you are not what you put out. You are who you are. But that can be a journey within itself for sure, because that means you have to go back to childhood. And that means you have to have a look there. When it happened, what happened exactly, and to maybe do some rescuing with your inner child, and maybe also some work with your inner child. IFS, like internal family system, okay? To really get in touch and make them part of your team again, make them understand that they're not responsible for any of this. They're not, you may have felt responsible for your parent here. This is very interesting. Could have also been a father, but I'm just getting that strong, feminine, misguided type of a vibe here. So who knows? And it's drawing you into, coming back to the Three of Autumns, it's drawing you back into going away, stepping away from any toxic environments, because you now recognize them as toxic. They're not for you anymore. They used to serve their purpose, but now you're supposed to follow your passion, your heart. You're supposed to discover who you actually are. So it goes from a toxic environment, a toxic person, if you will. And this is kind of, it starts to become hard to say for me, because it's like they were put here for a reason too. They were put in your life for a reason too. And this can be really hard to hear, because they went through what they went through and treated you in such a way so you could grow also. And I know this can be super upsetting to hear, and I'm saying it with lots of love, because I want to empower you, okay? This channel is to encourage, empower, and elevate you on your personal and spiritual growth journey, and that includes seeing things from the higher perspective and going to those places while integrating them in the here and now. This is really important. We're not just, oh, everything's so awesome. It is not. That's a lot of work right there, that you're working on currently, is what I can see. And now I see that woman that I called toxic before, actually in a different light, and your switch may be coming about too, because now I see all those blue spheres around it, and that she isn't the enemy. She's indeed part of you. If we're still talking, I'm just running with it, because that's what comes through the strongest. So we're indeed talking about a mother figure here, or a feminine important figure in your life. And now she's no longer the enemy. You seem to be on this journey here in discovering that. And if you're not there yet, you can't force yourself to be there. It is a process that is happening by itself if you're going with the motions, you know, that are required here to get to this place. More of those? No. Okay, very interesting. And do follow your passion here, please. When it comes to anything, even if you still are in those job environments, still reach out and feel your way into creative projects or whatever. I'm also hearing music for some of you. Reiki, I'm getting like healing with the hands, and you may be in a completely different field, or may have been. Maybe I'm saying something that you already know, and the rest of the reading is something that you didn't know. But there is the element of focus on that which lights you up, okay, as a being, as a soul. Because these things can change over time as well. When before you may have been able to numb yourself with various things, all of a sudden these things don't work anymore. They stop working for the reason that you can evolve out of those, okay? Usually I do it from the other way, and it's kind of making me a little bit sick that I have to backtrack here, like physically sick, like my stomach feels really weird and off. It's like a burp, but it doesn't want to come out. It's almost like something is a bit stuck here in your energetic and emotional field, and it wants to come out, and it takes you down those alleyways, but they're not comfortable to go into, but they're ever so necessary. Believe you me, like this is important work that you do, and not just for yourself and your family lineage, but also for the collective. Ooh, wow. Isis Oracle. And this is really interesting because I have two. And one is a little bit faded because it was at one point sitting on a windowsill and the sun just bleached it. And that one is a fairly new one. So it's interesting. You are the same, but you're not the same. And this one's so shiny. This is so interesting. That is very interesting. I wonder if they actually look like different decks, because mine, matte, is that how it's like matte? I don't know. M-A-T-E, not so shiny, and those ones are very shiny. So there's a coming out of the cocoon for you here by realizing it's almost like an awakening that you're having when it comes to how you view the world, how you're viewing people, how you view this particular significant relationship. And if this isn't currently resonating for you, I recommend maybe saving the video or just coming back to it at a later point in time, because sometimes we're not ready to hear these things, and I don't think you should hear it at this time because it's just upsetting and it makes someone, or can make someone, super angry, and rightfully so, because when you're not at that point, I don't think people should be coming along and telling you, oh, love this person, we're all one. Because it's, you know, all good and well until you actually do the work. And that's a different ballgame, for sure. And there's something to those of you that just said mentally, but I do love my mom, or I do love my sister, or this feminine figure in my life. I feel like there's still some more work to do, because there's still more to be discovered there. I feel there's underlying anger here. Interesting, keep shuffling. What do you have for us, Isis, please? Mother Isis. Oh my gosh, yes. It's almost like she's coming through as a patron here to this whole situation. So you may be deeply connected to ancient Egypt and to Isis in particular. You may have been one of her, the priesthood of Isis is what I'm getting with this. So there's huge feminine energy. You're clearing collective energies at this time. This is massive. This one, no. Yes, exactly. Yes, of course, when there's a mother wound and we feel not enough, how is abundance supposed to come in and, you know, reign over your life? How are you supposed to feel like you're all you can be if you still have that mother wound going on? We have the abundance of Sotis, okay? We have sacred geometry. And in the reading yesterday, I mentioned the Star of David that may still be very relevant for you. Stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. Very much so. I'm getting a really strong pull towards ancient Egypt, and you coming into this lifetime to clear the issue of abundance and survival, and stepping into a way more healthy timeline, like helping your family line to evolve out of the feeling of you need to be someone into you are, into the I am. I am good enough. I am just who I am, and that is perfect, okay? For that reason, that person was placed into your life, and I want to say here, karmic contract, because they agreed alongside you to be in your life, to do the things that they did, in order for you to step into full abundance, in order for you to experience what you experienced, however much discomfort this has caused you, and maybe abuse also, and to step into your own fully and to shine so bright. And this journey is incredible, because once you're at a certain point and out of the woodworks a little bit more, you'll understand like what I'm talking about here. It's massive when those shifts occur, when you're like, oh, I get it now. Like, thank you for being here, actually, and I'm sorry. And this can be really rough to hear. Please hold, like, do one of those for a second if you're not at that point, because you don't want to hear that. But it's like, and I'm sorry that you had to come in and teach me those lessons, because that wasn't comfortable for you either, okay? Again, you can open up your ears now if this wasn't for you to hear yet, okay? This is really amazing. Let me just read this. Yes, I'll read it to you. All right, got it. I just wanted to find it for you first. So what it says here, with your heart open, your many channels ready to receive the influx of abundance. in your innate belief that you are worthy to receive exactly the topic that we've been talking about here. You're worthy to receive all that just because you are who you are, okay? Not because you're doing the work that you're doing, okay? You are who you are, hence you're worthy, lovable. It's your birthright. It is your birthright. You attract great support from the universe now. Channels for receiving grace in all its forms are created when you follow your heart and do your part to be ready and prepare to receive. Preparation is an important part of abundance in all forms, and you can enjoy your abundance to the fullest extent when there are containers for it to be held within. Those containers will be practical ways for wealth and other forms of abundance, such as great relationships, to be part of your world. Exactly, and no longer relationships that require you to do, but relationships where you can just be. Yes, I love it. This is beautiful. This is super beautiful. If you need help working with any of those issues, I'm available for the higher guidance coaching calls and also the private healing readings. Those can be amazing when it comes to topics like this and to solve them and to bring yourself back into balance and peace. All right. This was your reading. I hope this was helpful to you. If you want, leave a comment. If you can, please share this video if you feel so called, and subscribe also if you feel so called, because it just helps us grow and reach more people. So thank you so much. All right, sending you so much love, light, and shadow. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being. Much love. Bye.